This is Tech Gears. My name is Levi, and today I want to go over the 3 specific features on the Sony A7 IV that make it just a standout camera amongst anything you want to get. Now, these are 3 individual features only on the Sony A7 IV, except one is mostly on Sony. But if you're looking to get your next camera, I'll make this easy for you. Let's jump right in. Thank you everybody for tuning in to Tech Gears. The Sony A7 IV has been incredible. I've spoken to a few people who are looking at either upgrading to a new system. I know Panasonic has their GH6. Obviously the Canon R6 is phenomenal. A ton of new stuff coming out. Olympus has that new Micro Four Thirds OM1. So you have a lot of options, and at $2,500, first off, tackling budget, this is going to be the best value you're going to be able to get. This is the best hybrid, do everything incredibly well camera you can buy, and I'm willing to put that to the test as far as anyone who's looking at a Panasonic S5. If you're looking at the Nikon Z6 II, whatever you want to compare this to, this is going to stand out, and it's going to be the best option for both video and photography. Now, if you're just doing photography, if you're just doing video, obviously there's going to be some better options for you. But if you're looking for a hybrid, or if you're not sure what you want to do and this fits in your budget, this is the best one. If your budget's $500, $1,500, obviously this at $2,500 is a little more expensive, but compared to how this competes to cameras that are $4,000, $6,000 higher, it is incredible. But those 3 features, we're going to jump in. Our first, battery life. Now, this is more to Sony, but it's funny, if you watch some of the new videos with the new Canon R5C, if you watch Peter McKinnon, they went through, I don't know, 6, 7 batteries in a one-day shoot. That it's incredible. You're constantly worried about the battery. With Sony, you guys can take a look. The battery is something that you just don't have to worry about. Let me take it out here. This Z battery, which is just incredible, actually just makes shooting easy. You don't have to think about it. No other camera has that. The GH6 has a drastically reduced battery life. The Canon R6, this I think has double the battery life. And in real world shooting, if you guys are actually going to be taking this to use for your family, for an event, for a gig, the fact that you can just have one battery, bring a second one just in case, you're set. And battery life is something that gets really overlooked because, oh, just bring another battery, it's okay. But just not having to think about it. And along with battery life does come with, you get all the features with just an internal battery, which Canon is showing that that's not always the case. You are still getting unlimited record times, which for some cameras, that's not always the case. That you're getting up to 2 hours of video recording, which on a lot of cameras, you're getting 30 minutes, an hour, hour 10. So it's what you can do with that battery life, and just that you don't have to worry about it, that's huge. Now, the second feature is one that I don't know too many cameras that have it. And again, we'll throw out the much more expensive R5C, where they have a dedicated audio photography to videography switch. Let's see if it focuses in on that. This switch right here, and you guys can see, I'll move it here, allows you to keep all your settings on video, change all your settings for photo, and you're able to go back and forth with the flick of a switch. Like super quick. If you're at an event, you're taking photos, at an event, I think more apropos, I'm doing video, and all of a sudden, hey, can you take some photos of us? Yeah, absolutely. Click, click, back to video, get shooting. It doesn't get quicker and easier. No one else is even close to that. The fact that you still have your 3 memory settings on the Sony, you're able to go through all your settings, all your quick adjustments as fast as possible. And I find it hilarious that with the R5C, it is something like a 10-second delay. So they do have their dedicated audio and video, but let's just think about how much time that is. I'm gonna put a time stopwatch on just so we can actually see. So you're shooting a video, someone asks you, oh, can you take a picture of us? Yeah, hold on. Still switching, 5 seconds. No, hold your, okay, you gotta go. Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. You lost your shot. Let's go. That's a long time. Now, if you want to jump back into video, that's another 10 seconds. Your workflow is drastically changed, and that's just real world usage of that time delay and something that's just so easy to use. Now, the final thing, the A7 IV that no other camera has, and this is something that maybe cameras in the future will start to adapt, maybe Sony will release updates, but at least right now, early 2022, if you're looking at a Sony A7 IV compared to anything else, this is the only camera that's actually going to improve your lenses. And what I mean by that is it removes focus breathing. The breathing compensation is phenomenal. I'm actually using the 24 GM right now, and you can just tell as it focuses, that breathing it can get annoying. It's not as bad. Usually I'm filming on the A7 IV, and not having that completely changes on what lenses you can use, how you're using them. I have the 50mm GM, and the breathing on that is terrible. And now with the A7 IV, it's fantastic. It's a film quality. I don't have to get a cine lens. I don't have to resort to a manual focus or worry about it jumping around. Like, we haven't even talked about the focus system, the A7 IV, but a camera that can improve your lenses is crazy. Now, obviously, there's specifics to that. One, it's going to be native Sony glass only. Two, it is specific to some Sony lenses, because obviously some Sony lenses are still really good without breathing, but it does allow the engineers to now make lenses in the future where they don't have to worry about so many of the straight lines, because you already have linear corrections. Now they don't have to worry about focus breathing, so they can worry on different aspects of the lens to improve the overall quality of it without having to engineer everything. Who knows? Maybe they get cheaper. They're definitely getting lighter. They're getting faster, because there are different aspects that you don't have to even think about because the camera is doing some of that work. There's no other camera that is making your lenses better and or allows you to use certain lenses that maybe you didn't think you could use. So between having the battery life that just lasts such a long time, the quick and easy usage from that switch from photo to video, and then having that breathing compensation where now no matter what lens I put on here, and I do generally use Sony native lenses except for one, it's something that it changes how you use your cameras and your camera system. Your GH6 is not offering this. Your Canons are not offering these three things. Your Nikon, no one is near offering anything comparative to those three specific features that you're getting on the A7 IV. Now, obviously, we can talk about specs. You can talk about 10-bit color, whatever you're filming in, codecs, but real world usability has just been fantastic, that you can have something that's still relatively small, that actually still has an incredible grip where you don't need to add anything to it, that has battery life, it's easy to use, especially now with the touchscreen usage. I can go on to the A7 IV. This has been a fantastic camera. If this is not something you can afford, what's nice about the Sony system in general, and I've talked about it before, is you can get the lenses for this camera starting out with a Sony A6000 you pick up for $300-400. And those same lenses you can mount to this, which means you can start at a much lower path where you're not getting this super expensive camera. And as you add lenses, you're not wasting money. You can invest in glass as early as you want. And as you upgrade, even if you don't get an A7 IV, but you get an A7 III to save money, it's something you can continually grow with. But hopefully this video helps you out. I think those three things really change how you use your camera and how Sony has really changed the interface and the usability compared to all the other competitors with whatever buttons you want to put, whatever specs you want to put, but the day-to-day actual using the camera, you can't beat. If you like that video, please consider giving me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. We are doing tech stuff, bag stuff. This is tech gear, so really would love to hear your thoughts on what you want to see compared. And yeah, guys, really appreciate you. This is Levi Tech Gears, and I'll come at you later.